Howdy ho, I'm Mr. Lordi from Lordi, surprisingly. I think it was good. I mean, it was, the first show with the new costumes and the first show with the new bass player, Heezy, and the first show with playing the two new songs for the first time from the new album. So there are a lot of factors that could be fucked up, but I think it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was all right. I mean, I think, well, at least they were not quiet and standing still, so I could see some familiar Lordi fans, their faces there, and I could see that they knew the lyrics better than I did, so in that sense, I think it was a good response. But then again, the thing is that you never know. You never know how they will react, but it seemed okay. So, well, what does it sound like? Well, that's an interesting question because the album sounds like there's 11 songs or 10 songs or something. All the songs, they sound different.
Yeah.
It's a fictional compilation album, so it is an album with a collection of songs that are supposedly from different years and different eras in time. So there is 2 songs from the 70s, and on the vinyl version there's a third one even. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of songs from the 80s, and then there's 2 songs from the 90s, and then only 1 song which is like from today.
Yeah.
So it is a fictional compilation album. So to answer the question that how does it sound like, it sounds like a compilation album, which it is, even though all the songs are new, but it is supposed to give you the idea or give you the feeling that it's a compilation album of a band that has existed for fucking 45 years or something. That's the idea behind it. So it sounds very I'm searching for a word. It's very, I don't know the word. It's very complex. We try to look for anything like this that has anybody ever done it before. I think Dave Grohl or Foo Fighters have done something similar, but not quite. But that's all the thing that we found out. That's. It seems that nobody else has done this before. I could be wrong, but we are just bad at searching. But I think this is the first fictional compilation album.
Yeah.
And the reason why we were doing this, because I have gotten so bored with the fact that when you're making an album, all the songs, they sound the same on every album. I mean, you have 10 songs on an album or whatever 10, 11 songs, and they all sound the same. I mean, you take any artist, any year, any album, you hear from the sound of the album, this song is from that album.
Yeah.
And it sucks ass, because unless you're AC/DC, who is supposed to, the band is supposed to sound AC/DC all the time, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because for us, the problem has been, it's a positive problem, but nevertheless, because I write so much stuff. So on every Lordi album, if there's 10 songs, that means that there's 20 or 30 songs that are left out.
Yeah.
So, and on those 20 or 30 songs, there's always 1 or 2 like jewels or diamonds that we did not put on the album, even though everybody fucking loves the songs. Yeah. But the problem is that it's like, but it doesn't fit the sound of the fucking album, so it doesn't fit with the rest of them. And that's the wrong way of thinking it. That is the song being a slave to the production or slave to the sound, and it should be the priority, should be the other way around. First you select the best songs, and then the sound should follow. That the song should have the sound they deserve, to be the best possible song that they can be. And that's why I did a lot of I thought I knew my years, I knew my eras. I thought I knew that fuck, shit, I didn't know shit. You know, the thing is that, for example, if you take songs like rock song from the 70s, it is not played by any instrument. It is not played the same way that you would write a rock song in the 80s or in the 90s. Mm-hmm. It all starts even with the drums. Yeah. There are different kind of things that were used. Like even with the double kick drum thing, those were not used in the 70s. They were not. It was not invented yet. Yeah. The sound is different, but it's not only about the sound. It's about arranging and the structure of the songs. I mean, you could have the same guitar riff from the 70s or 80s or 90s or 2000 or 2010, whatever, but you would play it from a different octave and you would finger the chords differently in different decades, even though it's the same riff. Yeah. And things like that. The bass line used to move a lot more in the 70s. It go and do that. Yeah. And when you come to the 80s, the bass is and so on. So a lot of research. I listened to my favorite Kiss, Alice Cooper and Twisted Sister and you know, you name it, all those albums again with a completely different ear to see that, I mean, right. Mm-hmm. So there are differences, a lot of differences in that. In the style of writing. Yeah. Well, there's Mr. Karli, who's a friend of mine, who used to draw quite a few Lordi comics in the past. We didn't have one for the previous album, but we have had at least 2 times before. I've drawn a lot of comics in the past, like the first original Lordi comic was drawn by me, and there's quite a few 10 years ago or whatever. But this time I asked Karli already, obviously, and then I said I'm gonna draw something, and I did. I actually did draw 2 songs, and then all these SCG 10s I did draw, and you know, all the stuff. So even I am back on the artist, drawing board again. And but then there's 2 girls who I actually met at the opening of this comic book center in Kemi. You know, it's close to where I live in northern Finland, and there's Henrika and Sanna, who are amazing fucking, you know, comic book artists. They have their own unique styles, and I met those girls. First I saw their work on the walls on the exhibition there, and then the girls actually happened to be there right next to me. Oh fuck! Hey, you wanna do something with me? And not in a dirty way, but you know, comic book wise. And they said yeah. So I'm really thrilled about the comic book because it has actually 4 different artists with 4 different styles. And since it's a compilation album, and because we always do this illustrated lyrics, so the comic books nowadays that we put out are actually, it's like you put on the CD or whatever, you fucking stream it, or you know, you listen to the songs and you are not actually reading the booklet, but you can read the comic book. So it gives another level to the lyrics when the story is going in the comic book. So since it's a compilation album, it makes sense that there's 4 different styles of comics also, depending on the song. Yeah. Touring, as usual. I mean, we seem to always have this like 2-year cycle that we do. The first the album, then the tour, then the festivals. Then I'm already, my head is already filled with the ideas for the next album. So yeah, it is touring, and we start in February 15th. We start on my birthday actually. Well, actually it's February 16th that we start the tour. We're having a European tour, and then I guess we'll have a month off or whatever, and then we will start with the summer festivals, and you know, business as usual. Yeah. And probably by that time, when the summer festivals are over, I'm already thinking about the next album, pretty much. That's how it goes. I would be surprised if it doesn't go like that, because it has gone like that since 2002. So it goes like that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's always difficult to say any last thoughts. It's yeah. My brain. When you ask that, do you have any last thoughts? my brain goes like, beep, and then I'm like, hello, like, hi, and that's my last thought, I guess. Like, hello, thank you, I'm sorry, come again.